Hey guys, it's Destiny back with another video, and you're watching the Wrestlemania channel on YouTube. And today's 16th episode of Wrestle World Wednesday for January 17th, 2024. Got a couple things to talk about, not very much this week probably, but there's going to be two big topics that I'm going to focus on mainly. No, I'm not going to talk about the Tony Khan stuff because that's freaking old news. It's done and over. But there are a couple of things coming out of this week that I do want to talk about. For instance, the Hard to Kill pay-per-view. And where I think the direction they could be going after that with some people. And of course we'll be talking about TNA again tomorrow because I'm going to review the show. And then Friday and Saturday I'm going to do my last two Royal Rumble reviews. Monday I'm not really sure. Sunday I'm not really too sure about either. Tuesday not really too sure, maybe a DVD review. And then Wrestle World Wednesday on Wednesday, obviously. TNA is on Thursday. Friday will be Royal Rumble predictions going over for next week. And of course Sunday will be Royal Rumble review. Alright, so let's talk about the TNA stuff first, but before we do, please subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And consider hitting that like button. I cannot talk today, I'm freaking sorry. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff. Comment down below. And let's get into it. So, TNA Hard to Kill was this past Saturday, and I did a review on it if you want to go check that out. And a couple key things happened on that show. Alex Shelley did lose his TNA World Championship to Moose, and then was confronted by Nick Nemeth. Nick Nemeth, the former Dolph Ziggler in WWE. For those of you that didn't know, he came out and attacked Moose. So I don't know if this is a full TNA signing or if he's going to be just working smaller promotions until he eventually goes to AEW. But it's really cool to see him there. It's weird, but it's cool. Trinity lost her Knockout Championship to Jordynne Grace, which could be a sign that she is going back to WWE. Maybe not. Could be. I don't know. I mean, I guess those are the only two things I can think of. Oh, and Dana Brooke was at ringside watching the Knockout Championship match, so I think she's signed with them now. And I don't know. I guess I guess there's more surprises to come in the coming weeks. Speaking of surprises, we got even more, probably, in the Royal Rumble. So we'll speculate on that more when the time comes. Probably when I do Royal Rumble predictions. And I'm glad TNA is back to their normal, or not their normal, but their old name. And I'm glad to see that was a seemingly sold out show. I don't know if it was sold out, but they had a good amount of people there, from what I heard. And which the TNA audiences were always smaller to begin with. But it was cool to see them have a bigger audience than what they normally do. Hopefully they can do that for the tapings and continue that. Hopefully they'll get enough interest going that the tapings will be bigger and they'll start moving into bigger arenas. So that's what I have to say about the TNA stuff. I watched Hard to Kill on Saturday and it was great. Besides Alex Shelley losing. But, I can't complain. He had a good run. But that's what's going on in the TNA. So, Dark Side of the Ring is making a return. Season 5, Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know what else you could do. I mean, they've kind of already covered all of the big topics. They did the Montreal Screwjob, they did Miss Elizabeth Macho Man, they did the Fatty Louis Moolah, Jimmy Snuka, Brawl for All, Benoit, Owen, Brian Pillman. Collision in Korea was a good episode. Chris Candido, Marty Jannetty. Oh, wow. I don't know who else you could cover. I mean, I guess you could do a whole thing on the Victory Road incident. I mean, technically you could do that one. You have the people available for it. You have Jeff Hardy, and it's not even like something that's, we moved past it. It's like he's gotten over that incident, but it would still be a good episode to kind of see where everybody's heads were at that day. Eric Bischoff, you could interview him. You could interview, Bully Ray, because I think he wanted to stall during the match, but I don't know what happened there. Yeah, you got Sting, you got Eric Bischoff, Jeff Hardy. I don't know who else you could interview for that. I guess they would be the main people, since Bischoff went out and cut the promo, and obviously the other two were in the main event, Victory Road. I try not to think about Victory Road, but, it's not... It's one of those things where it could have been avoided if somebody would have just been doing their job. Yeah, he came out and apologized for it when he came back, which was good of him to do. And here's the thing. The difference between Jeff Hardy and Sonny, and I'm just going to touch on this real quick, I feel like, is that Sonny doesn't seem to care that she killed a 70-something-year-old man in her car while drunk driving, and all these other things where Jeff Hardy has a family and kind of, while he still probably struggles with, I think he struggles with alcohol still. But at least it's one of those things where he at least knows, hey, I gotta try to clean myself up. And hopefully he is in a better place after what happened in 2022. They're not using them much on AEW, Tony isn't. Which, Tony had a fun week last week. Well, if you haven't seen it already, go and see his tweet about Jinder Mahal. I'm not going to get into detail about it. Look, Tony, I like Tony. But, just, no. Calm down, man. Just calm down. But anyway, they could do Victory Road. They could do... Like, my point is, at least, he actually seems to, care and have regrets that he did this stuff. There was that assumption when he was released from WWE, talking about Jeff Hardy still, that he was doing something. Like, if that was the case, then why did you let him go out? Why didn't you test him? So you think just because he was in the match and he didn't have to be in the match anymore, so he didn't, it's not like he left the building or anything. He just went out into the crowd and then came back during the match to celebrate with McIntyre. And who else did he team up with that night? I don't remember. It was at a live event, so I didn't see it. But my point is, if you really thought he was messed up or intoxicated or whatever, then why did you send him out there? Like, what? Did you think he just was like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna try to hide this, and then when I get out there, I'm just gonna... You can't... I don't understand. And I'm glad Vince is gone. And they tried to give him a Hall of Fame induction to make him stay when they weren't doing anything with him. I'm not saying put the title on him, but put some younger guys in there and let them have 10 or 15 minute matches with him and get them over. Or, whatever. Just use him in an establishment role where you have him establish younger guys. But, they didn't do that. They brought back No More Words for him, and it didn't work. But anyway, let's see, you could do Victory Road. You could do an episode on... They kind of covered this in the Fabulous Moolah episode, but you could do one on how women weren't allowed to wrestle in the 50s and how they were treated poorly and things like that. Mildred Burke comes to mind. Oh wow, it's a name you probably haven't heard me mention on this channel. Mildred Burke. I believe she was the NWA Women's Champion for 20 years, and then she had the belt taken from her, or so I don't remember the story, but the night that she was defeated, she thought that she was still the champion, because I guess she thought it was a non-title or something. I don't know. I'll have to read up on it again. But that's like old stuff. I'm going back to the 50s. That's crazy. They could do one solely on Ric Flair. They haven't done one fully on Eddie Guerrero, even though they did cover it in the Benoit episode. I don't know. Art Barr, I guess that's another one. Eddie Guerrero's old tag team partner in Mexico and stuff like that. No, I don't think you could do the Paraguay Jr. incident. That was sad. So, for those of you that don't know, there was a match involving Rey Mysterio and Paraguay Jr. in, I think it was Lucha Underground or some show, I don't remember, in 2015. And I guess Rey went to hit, I don't even think it was anything Rey did. He had a heart attack in the ring, and Rey went to hit him with something, and he stopped when he noticed that he wasn't limping, or that he wasn't, that he was limp. And I guess Ray felt really bad for being in there. I think he hit the 619 or something. Maybe he did hit 619 and kind of grazed him or something, but I don't know much about that. I think they covered it in the A&E biography, but I haven't watched it all the way through yet. I don't know if they cover that, because Ray's still in WWE. I guess I could interview his family, but, let's see. There's the concussion lawsuit. You could do an episode on that. Like, I think Chavo was in it, the Road Warriors, maybe Raven. I don't know. I think Raven was in there. I don't know. But you could do an episode on that. They should have just done the entire 4th season on Tammy Stitch or Sunny, because that girl's just messed up. I don't even want to talk about her. I feel bad for Chris Candido. I really do. What else you could do? I don't know if you could do an episode on Vince McMahon, because you don't want to run that in the ground. Maybe that'll be a big episode when he dies. Or something. Because Vince ain't going to participate in it. Let's see, you could do an episode on Ric Flair. You could do one on... Oh, wow. I'm trying to think. Wow. I don't know. You're running out of episodes, really. Well, I guess the Heroes of Wrestling pay-per-view. I don't know. I don't know, those are just some ideas that I had for Dark Side of the Ring. So apparently it's starting back up in March. So we're not gonna have to wait long for this. I saw the episode that they did, and it wasn't even a Dark Side of the Ring episode, it was just a thing that they did on China. The Vice documentary, you guys know the one I'm talking about. Oh, that was hard to get through. I don't know. But those are just some ideas for episode 5 or season 5. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. Haven't got any more news on this yet, but apparently on Monday night when Seth Rollins had his match with Jinder Mahal, he needed help to the back. It said that it was reported that he was apparently limping. So hopefully there's nothing too serious, because that would suck going into Royal Rumble, even if he isn't defending his title. If he has an ACL injury, then that match with CM Punk that they're teasing, that ain't happening. And of course, there's stuff that they could do. There's stuff that you could tease, or that you could do, fall back on. You could do Punk versus McIntyre. Although this is my favorite version of Drew McIntyre, I still would prefer to see Seth and Punk at Mania. So hopefully there's nothing serious there. Like I said, you could do Punk versus Stone Cold if they could get him. Or do no, this probably wouldn't look good, but you could, don't even vacate the title until, if it is serious enough, which I hope it's not. I hope it's not. But if it is, don't vacate the title until Royal Rumble and do that one for the men's title, for the World Heavyweight title, and then have Punk win it, and then challenge like Drew, and then Damian Priest could win it. But because it ties into what they want to do to Drew, Judgment Day. Punk and Drew have kind of some beef. It could work, but I don't think Seth's that hurt. I hope not. But that's really all we know about the situation. Maybe Bronson Reed challenges him if he's good to go. But that's kind of all we know. I can't really give you any more information until we get any more updates. But when they come, I'll certainly let you know. And if it's serious enough, I'll come up and do a reaction video to it. But hopefully it's nothing too serious, because that would suck. Especially as much as Seth has fought to make that title mean something. But okay, there's a couple other things from SmackDown we could talk about. So, Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross have names for their factions now. Karrion Kross's faction is now called the Final Testament, and Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, their group, is now called the Pride, which is fine. Good names. Better names than some of the ones I've heard. Nick Aldis ain't playing around. Let me tell you, I think he's getting as fed up with the bloodline as we are, or some of us are at home. If Cody doesn't win the Royal Rumble, which I don't think he will, I think that's going to go to Punk. I think there should be a situation, if they're going to do a cross-branded thing, Nick Aldis says, or Roman comes out and says, I beat everybody on SmackDown. I beat everybody in the WWE. And Nick Aldis says, you're not doing this. You're not taking Elimination Chamber off. Guess what? You're facing people from Raw and SmackDown. Or people from Raw and SmackDown are going to be vying for a shot at your title. Because there's a couple Raw guys that are going to come over for one night, and they're going to compete in this match against 3 of our guys, and whoever wins it will automatically come over to SmackDown as a Raw guy, or challenge you for the WWE Championship at Wrestlemania, and then that's how you get Cody in there. I'm thinking Cody, Sammy, and Jay versus Orton, LA Knight, and AJ, since AJ is going to be in that Fatal 4-Way at the Rumble. But if Seth doesn't defend his title, what do? Do you have a 5th match added? What do you do? Maybe maybe you do this. Maybe. And this is just a suggestion. Not saying it should happen, but they could have Gunther defend the Intercontinental title in an open challenge. Chad Gable walks out. Brock Lesnar comes back, costs him the belt. And then they both end up in the Rumble, and they cancel each other out. Or, this could be after WrestleMania. This might actually work better. So, Gunther and Brock have their match. Gunther wins. Gunther comes out and does an open challenge on Raw. Because he's getting cocky. He just beat Brock Lesnar. Chad Gable walks out, challenges him for the title. Brock comes out and costs Gunther the match. Chad Gable's the Intercontinental Champion. And then maybe they have another match at SummerSlam or something. I could see that, maybe. Not saying that would happen, but that would be kind of fun. But we'll see what happens. We're most likely probably going to be getting Gunther and Brock at Mania. What else can Brock do? What, are they going to put him in there again with Goldberg? They better not. Although, Lesnar is the better worker of the two. Look, I don't hate Goldberg. It's not like Vince where I just don't want to have any part of him on my screen in current day WWE. I'm fine with Goldberg coming in and doing a match every now and then. But I just wish he would put more people over. Well, I think he put Lashley over. He put Reigns over. But I'm talking about, not beating Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship in 2020. That's what. That did not need to happen. Really, Goldberg? Really? Anyway, that doesn't need to happen. But, I'm fine with him coming in and doing a match every now and then. It's just, don't keep having him beat these younger guys. Maybe we get Goldberg and Gunther at SummerSlam. And then Goldberg can have his retirement match. I don't know. Probably not. It's probably going to happen in AEW. After Sting leaves. But we'll see. We'll see where Lesnar and Gunther and all of them end up come WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be Rock and Roman unless Rock comes in and wins the Royal Rumble, which I hope freaking not. Would Triple H really do that? Would he really sabotage Cody's story for the match with The Rock and Roman? I would hope not. I would like to think not. But who knows? Rey Mysterio should be coming back around Royal Rumble season or time. So could AJ Lee, even if it's just for a one-off. Could be Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné. Could be Trinity. If you got all three of them in the Royal Rumble, and even if you get them, even if you don't get AJ, but even if you get just Sasha and Naomi back, there's two more people for your women's division. Put Sasha and Bayley back together. That could be kind of fun. Because AJ, I think, is real life friends with Bayley. So you could have AJ, Bayley. That could be the War Games. No, I don't know if you want to do that. Because they've had Damage Control as the faction for the past 2 years in War Games now. I don't know if you'd want to do that the third year. But I was going to say, if you want to do like a big 8-person tag team match, you could do Damage Control, like Dakota Kai, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka versus AJ Lee, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Naomi. You could do that. It'd be kind of fun. Maybe that's Backlash or something, I don't know. But hopefully Seth is okay. And it's not too serious. And he can either defend his title at Royal Rumble or at Wrestlemania. You know, maybe that might be what he needs. Maybe he just needs to rest it for a couple of weeks. Frick, I mean, give him Royal Rumble off. There's going to be enough going on that, I mean, not to sound like I'm degrading Seth or anything, but, you know, have something else replace it. Have Gunther defend the IC title. Because I feel like Gunther could do it. I feel like Gunther could... If anybody on that roster could probably do it and do double duty, it'd probably be Gunther. Like, have Gunther defend the Intercontinental title, have him win, and then in the Royal Rumble, him and Brock can either cancel each other out, or Brock could throw out Gunther. Or Gunther could throw out Brock. But we'll see what happens. Royal Rumble is just a little over a week away. We have today, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then a week from Sunday, it's the Royal Rumble. So it's going to be fun. Or a week from Saturday, sorry. So we have 10 days till a Royal Rumble. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait. This is the most excited I've been for a Royal Rumble pay-per-view since, I don't know. I mean, I was excited for last year's, but I think this one just topped it. Especially with so much going on and so much that could happen. I'm excited. I just hope they don't put The Rock in there. If they do, have Cody or have Gunther throw him out. Or Punk, I don't know. There we go, do that. Have Punk throw him out. Sucker, revenge for beating me for the title in 2013. You know? I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, you'll see me tomorrow for TNA review, and then Friday and Saturday I'll do those other 2 Royal Rumble pay-per-view reviews that I was going to do, and then we'll just go from there. That's going to be the rest of January. Mainly going to be Royal Rumble stuff and TNA. And I'll see you all tomorrow. You guys have a good rest of your day. Enjoy AEW Dynamite tonight. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. And if you wouldn't mind, please follow me on Twitter at Dessa_Mania. And give me a follow and maybe subscribe to my channel. The link is on the Twitter page also. And on my Facebook. So if you want to check me out over there, you can too. But I'll see y'all later. And y'all have a good rest of your day. Peace.